Everybody just kung fu fighting. Those cats were fast as lightning. It was a little bit frightening. They fought with expert timing. Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler. It's pretty insane.
Are you explaining your Tourette's, your musical Tourette's?
Singing Tourette's.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird because I could connect to that and it showed up on my phone, and so I was connected to both
Something happened.
my headphones and your soundboard, but it wouldn't make.
I think it's only an output.
Mm.
I don't think it's an input and output. And we're recording, by the way.
Are we?
Yeah.
Why?
Yes.
I wanted this to be a relaxed sounding episode.
Is that why you wanted to get rid of the soundboard?
What?
Also,
What?
Are you chewing gum right now?
No.
You're definitely chewing gum right now. How dare you?
Nobody told me I couldn't.
That's broadcasting 101, my friend.
Yeah.
You do not chew a gum while you're on mic.
Get better mics.
What? You can't. You don't have the headphones on. You don't
you
hear
haven't-
this.
You haven't heard of those brand new mics that don't pick up everything but the gum chewing? You haven't heard of those?
Yeah, they're pretty impressive.
They're like $1,000.
I'm gonna say there's got to be mics that are actually pretty good at like not picking up ambient sound. Is that not a thing?
Well, yeah, but ambient isn't. When you're chewing, that's not really ambient.
I meant like okay,
yeah.
maybe where you don't have to be like right on the mic. To,
Yeah,
like, have
well,
them
these
pick up.
mics are like that. They're what is it? It's not omnidirectional.
This is too nerdy to be on the podcast.
Should we
Nobody
start-
listening is gonna
Should we
care
start
about it.
over?
No, it's fine. I'm just I'm just saying like because don't get me started.
Right.
No, but is that really not a thing where there's mics that like wouldn't pick up gum chewing and things like that?
I don't know.
So we had to correct some tech issues. Are you seriously still chewing gum right now?
I just said I was going to.
And are you on your fucking phone?
Oh my gosh!
What the fuck?
We have a monumental occasion here
Okay,
today.
let's go. All right.
Not only are we going to be talking about Marvel Studios' Eternal. Now he spit his gum out because he feels shamed.
Shame.
You going to shoot it into the basket?
And what happens when you go to the penalty box? Well, you go into the penalty box and you sit there and you feel shame.
Anyway, our guest today, our first guest since Luke. Luke was our first guest. So you don't have that credit. But you are the first guest in the Man Cave Studios, our brand new studio, which probably shouldn't have had you be the first guest. Probably should have waited to have a guest because we had some serious tech issues.
It was that serious. I mean, it is.
No, but I should have had the foresight to get some better equipment. But
You're a really good director.
yeah, I know.
It was personal. It was personal pride that caused the tech issue to
Little bit.
kind of
Little
balloon.
Personal. Oh, hubris.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
Fuck
yeah.
you guys.
No, it's a good quality because you want things to be right, and that's why you do well in broadcasting.
So yeah,
like I do. I'm
you-
the same way.
You guys probably heard it there. There was a little glitch with one of the cables was kind of wonky on our
And
guests.
then I spilled a soda all over the board.
Well, that didn't happen today, but it's definitely happened before. Anyway,
Is that why it has its own separate table now?
pretty much.
Shouldn't it be a rule there's no drinks on the table?
I feel like that should be, but I think that's empty. And
I
the
trust
other thing
myself.
has
I trust
I don't.
myself.
the other thing has a lid, so
That's fair.
yeah.
Is that Dr Pepper empty? Do
That's
you know?
your Dr Pepper, so I don't know.
Wow.
I don't set
The
Drinks.
accusation.
I don't set drinks on that table, man.
Anyway, for those still listening, Andrew Gomez, our first ever guest in the Man Cave Studios, and appreciate it because you took the bullet for future guests, where you're like, you had to deal with the bad
Getting
tech
back on his
issues
fucking phone, just texting away while we're trying to talk to him.
again on the phone.
Good fucking God.
Gosh.
He's got a lot of stocks, guys.
Anyway,
ladies and gentlemen, he's on stash.
honestly, I think we're stalling because we really don't want to talk about Eternals as much as we would have liked. If I'm being totally honest.
I didn't mind it.
I liked it, but yeah.
So, yeah,
yeah.
how we do reviews on this show is we're going to go around and have a bit of a discussion, spoiler-free, kind of vague, and then give them a fair warning.
I don't
and go into
want people to
spoilers.
think that our lack of enthusiasm is like that it wasn't a good movie. I think it's more just
It's not a bad movie.
it's a Sunday morning. We're all kind of in a lazy day kind of mood, and we are just getting done with some technical issues, and we're just kind of, just relaxed. It's a good lazy Sunday. But
It's a
the
relaxed, fit episode.
But the movie was good. I don't want the lack of enthusiasm. 'Cause
no, it's not a bad movie.
I think we were all just like, yeah, we'll talk about it. I liked it. I saw it on Friday. You guys saw it last night.
Yeah. This spoiler free here.
Yes.
Gomez came into town. We hadn't seen each other in a while, and we were watching some football, and we and just hanging out watching college football. I had a few drinks, and the wife comes home, and we get ready to leave. And
The wife.
He gets to say that now.
Yeah, he does.
Mother of your child.
he
Show some
does.
Respect.
wow.
Wow.
So she picked us up and we went to the movie, and it kind of killed my buzz. I'm not gonna lie to you, it sobered me up, and
It was a long movie.
that's because the movie is fucking long, way too long, in my opinion.
So wait, what, are we starting with things we liked, or? Are we
I know. Again, it does come off negative. Yeah, I like to start positive wise. So Gomez, what are some of your spoiler-free positive? What did you like about the movie?
Yeah, one thing I liked about the movie, I thought it had a really strong, diverse cast. I thought there were some really talented people in here. I think depending on what they do with these characters going forward in the MCU, there's some really fun actors and actresses that are in here. So I was pretty excited about that. I enjoyed a lot of the various different types of characters. I think it could be a really interesting story. I don't really know anything about it, but yeah, that was one thing I liked.
Yeah, I think the cast was pretty strong in this. I think it says a lot about the casting of it. But
The acting was good.
Tyler, what did you like?
I liked a lot of that. I think Gilgamesh was my favorite. We talked a little bit off the air. I liked his character. I do want to see what happens moving forward. I think it's pretty cool. I can't really say too much because it's spoiler free. But I will say this: it was beautifully shot. That was one of the things going in. It was that Chloe Zhao is known for her cinematic eye, and more than any other MCU entry, this was shot largely on location in the Canary Islands.
We saw it in IMAX, didn't we?
Oh, did you?
No, we did not.
Oh.
He made a big deal about not going to IMAX.
I don't like IMAX.
IMAX is the way to watch movies, in my opinion.
If you get stuck in the corner, it sucks.
I fucking
Really?
love
I guess I've never been in
IMAX,
the
man.
corner.
Are you shitting me?
I don't know. I just feel like
I'm going to see
maybe-
Spider-Man in IMAX. I want to see that on the biggest
I saw
fucking
the final
screen.
Batman movie, the Nolan Batman movie. Was it Dark Knight
Rises.
Rises? I saw that in IMAX. And
reason I
the
don't-
opening scene, which was shot in IMAX with the plane,
Mhm.
was fucking cool as shit.
maybe it's
dude.
because I just haven't been to IMAX in probably a decade. But I felt like the last time I saw IMAX movies, movies weren't made for IMAX all the time. So some of the effects just look cheap.
It has to be, it has to be made for IMAX, yeah.
Yes.
So I
it
mean,
has
I
to
don't
be
know.
shot in
Which I believe Tenet was, so
There
I
aren't
wouldn't.
a lot
Oh,
of
see
Nolan!
that.
Christopher Nolan only shoots his shit in IMAX.
I would say
Now,
there aren't
he
a lot
can
of
now,
movies
yeah.
now pretty much, like he just said, shot for IMAX, and then they
If they want the option, they can. The Dark Knight Rises, that entire first sequence was shot in IMAX with IMAX cameras. The rest of it wasn't. So
Oh, that's weird.
yeah, because he was trying to. I don't know if he was testing it out, but that entire sequence where they're in the air with the plane is fucking so cool in IMAX.
Oh, that would.
You're like, oh.
Uh,
I'm sorry. We were talking about the Eternals. I liked like I said, the visuals. I liked a
Yeah.
lot of it.
it was a very pretty movie.
I have collected a lot of the Lego sets already, so I really like the costuming because, again, I'm coming.
It's
from,
all about fucking Legos with Tyler all the time.
Yes, I'm coming. I'm coming from a place
They'll be worth
also.
money someday, I bet.
That's true. I'm coming from a place where I'm more into the comics than I think both of you guys are. So,
I don't know shit about the Eternals.
I loved the costuming decisions that they made. In the comics, Cersei has a strapless bodice. Okay?
So
Not
oh god.
very
You know what? I
good
gotta
for-
pull up the soundboard on this.
not very good for it doesn't translate well their costumes.
It's
I
over
liked
sexualized in costumes.
exactly.
Which we don't need
I
anymore.
liked the way they kind of all had kind of a uniform, but they were all different colors and different kind
Yeah.
of designs.
It was unique.
I won't
Yeah, I
connect.
liked that a lot. So, I liked everything. There wasn't really a lot that I didn't like. Again, I think pacing none of us really liked, but
Yeah, that's honestly my biggest.
they could have
beef with
developed
it,
the
but
characters better. But I think
things-
they did okay.
I think
the
for
things that I
me-
did like about it, though, I will say, because I haven't really chimed in with things that I like. Because
yeah.
most of the things that I like, you guys have already said.
Because it's likable stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I liked the relationship between Icarus and Cersei.
Yes.
I good on them for finally having a sex scene in the MCU. But this is why I don't like sex scenes, because they're awkward as fuck.
Yeah, you kind of feel like, should I be standing here?
I'm usually the kind of guy who's like, I don't really need.
I should probably close the door.
I don't really, and there's nothing wrong with this scene, but it's extremely tame.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's a little bit of thrusting, but
there is.
You're a pervert.
You see about a half a titty.
You don't see a titty.
Saw a butt cheek.
You see
Yeah,
see top cleavage.
Well,
But my point is that I never really like sex scenes and stuff because it's always so staged and it's
Maybe I should put the camera down. These people are probably
this
trying
is
to,
kind of weird.
these people are trying to probably be in a private
Even Game
moment.
of Thrones with all the sex in their show, I'm like, do we need all that?
Well, there was a big thing. Like
Maybe I'm just a prude.
I don't know why I can't think of her name right now. The guy who played Daenerys, she said she wouldn't do like nude scenes anymore unless it like portrayed women like positively and it was like artistic, which like good for her, and that's why she like didn't have any more.
She,
after that.
yeah.
She did the one where she
got to
becomes the
choose,
dragon,
yeah.
or when she tears.
She got to shoot all or just decide how all of her
yeah,
scenes would go, which
yeah.
I was like,
Her-
that's
and
awesome.
she's actually empowering
her
in that
and-
nude scene that she's in afterwards.
Her and Lena Headey, Lena Headey used a body double in a lot of her nude scenes because she has the same attitude about nude scenes.
Nice.
If she basically said like, if it's possible to use a body double for my nude scenes, I'd rather do that because I don't want.
Yeah, because
I
that's
don't
not
feel like
her
it's-
in the shame sequence.
Yeah, no, that's not her. The close-ups of her, obviously, but everything else is
But-
somebody else.
I liked their relationship, and I think that because the cast had such good actors in it, it helps drive home some emotional beats.
Gemma Chan and Richard Madden, I don't know if you guys knew this, but they have worked together extensively before in like the London theater scene. So
You're gonna have to give me characters.
Richard
names.
Madden is Icarus.
Icarus and Cersei.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But they both are they
He's
both
Rob Stark. You know who Richard Madden is.
I don't know the names of that.
yeah, it's fine. But they both worked together a lot previously. I read an article where she was saying like the scenes with him were effortless because
They'd known each other.
they have a previous relationship and that helped a lot. So
Okay. So now I want to get into the stuff
We
I didn't
kind-
like that's spoiler
Okay,
free.
Yeah,
And we could be brief
I
on
just want to
that.
get to spoilers.
I know. It's so hard to talk about a movie
It's
vaguely.
yeah.
My one of my biggest gripes is and this is all of our gripes. I don't like that I could feel that this movie was 2.5 hours. And I understand
Dune did it.
But Dune didn't feel that
Interestingly
way.
enough, both about the same length.
Yeah.
And comparably, Dune was like, by the time you got done, you're like, wow.
2.5
holy shit.
hours is the usual runtime for these Marvel movies, but most of them don't feel that because they're paced at a clip. Like they are moving.
I didn't hate the pacing so much as I felt like a lot of the stuff they added in there I didn't need. Nor did I really
Yeah.
like I don't know the comic books that well. Like
I don't either.
I get it mostly from you guys and things like that, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, but like cosmic shit is like a blind spot for me.
My issue was that like I don't really know what it sets up, and like I feel like a lot of the extra Eternal stuff or the Celestial stuff, like it was kind of one of the things that like could have been an email, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like or like I'll
And I
bring up
think
another
that's-
point like when we get to the spoilers, which is kind of fits in there. But that's how I felt a lot of it. Like the backstory was really cool, but then there was some like weird stuff in there that I felt like, okay, like I don't get what you're doing with this.
Yeah. Tyler?
I told you this the night that I saw it. There's a point in the movie about 20 minutes in, and you've seen it in the preview. They all kind of collectively form in
power
like
stance.
a line in front of Babylon.
They do that like 5 times. You could do a drinking game just on how
Again,
much slow-mo.
Right,
Very
that was
cinematic.
Yeah.
very, very cool.
It looks great.
I liked seeing the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. That was cool, man.
Yeah.
That was cool. But yeah, it was like the 5th time in 20 minutes that they had done something like that, and it was like, are we going to see this all movie? Because I don't want to see it all movie.
Oh, another positive.
And that was up until that
Yeah.
point. It didn't feel like it didn't feel like an MCU movie to me, and it felt like it was dragging to me up to that point.
Yeah.
And then once they got more involved in the present day and started talking to the Celestial and everything, I can't talk.
Celestials are in the trailer.
Okay, good.
Yeah, when we know that Ajax.
Once they start getting into that stuff, that's when it really clicked for me because I'm a huge comic book nerd,
Yeah.
and Celestials are my favorite cosmic being in the Marvel comics. Abso-fucking-lutely. My
Okay.
favorite.
All right.
Love those things. They're fucking mysterious and crazy.
Well, I feel like any other time I'm going to talk about something bad is going to be in the spoilers. So you've been warned. It is spoiler territory in 3, 2, 1, now.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about, Tyler?
So in the comic books,
Explain Celestials to me because
okay,
I have no
so
idea.
Celestials basically most of what he said in the comics or in the movie is correct. In the movie, it's described that that Celestials are born in planets, and when they are born, they destroy the planets. The planets have to have intelligent life, and the deviants wipe out all the predators so that intelligent life can
flourish.
yes. But the deviants went crazy on Earth, so the Eternals were sent in to keep the deviants in check. It is revealed later on that they were basically the reason why they weren't allowed to interfere in human affairs is because human wars and human conflict increase
innovation.
Increase the
People get better.
increase the energy needed for the emergence, which is what it's called when the Celestial comes out. Now, in the comic books, that's largely true. In the comics, billions of years ago on Earth, a Celestial who's infected by the Horde, which is this gigantic, insect thingy, he comes to Earth and he dies, and all of his bodily fluids and pus and shit
All of his jizz.
gets into the waters and things, and that's why the Marvel comics, that's why there's so many heroes on this planet, is because of him. Whatever. Later on, this other Celestial comes to find the other one, the dead one, because they were lovers, and they have to fight the Avengers of 1 million BC, which is the original Ghost Rider and Black Panther and all that shit. Okay. Eventually, in the comics right now, they're living in that dead Celestial at the North Pole, and it's called Avengers Tower. Now, there's actually a comic book arc in Thor called the Black Galaxy Saga, which they actually show how Celestials are born in the comics, and it's even more brutal in the comics because it takes an entire galaxy of energy and life to create one Celestial.
Jeez.
So it's even more brutal in the comics. But what he says is true. That allows more planets to flourish because the Celestials create more, and so on and so on. The violence begets violence, so on and so forth.
That's just the problem I have logically is what's the point of having these Celestials if they constantly destroy and then
Because they
build,
still make more
but then they
alive.
still destroy?
Yeah, exactly. They make more while
It's
they're
the
alive.
whole utilitarian argument of
Pretty much, yeah.
it kills one planet to make billions, but it's like, how is that fair to those people that live
There's
on that planet?
another Thor...
Because you have to have intelligent living beings on the planet, so you're still killing innocent people
in the
to make more people?
There's another arc in Thor comics where he
I don't agree
fights a
with it.
Celestial, actually.
I don't like Celestials. They're evil.
Well, yeah, that's
well,
the premise
yeah.
of the whole movie.
They're
It's not-
malevolent.
Yeah, they're terrible. I don't like Celestials.
They're awesome.
They're bad people.
He fights one in another
beings.
comic arc, and he actually gets inside of a Celestial armor, and it's insane. Like what's going on in there? He loses his hammer. It's just crazy as fuck. He sees all this shit. It's crazy.
I love that Marvel's kind of been playing the slow game with Celestials. Because, I mean, they introduced Celestials in the first Guardians movie because the city of nowhere is inside the head of a dead Celestial.
And you see one on the collectors.
And you see the heads float, and you see it floating in space when they fly into it.
Well, you see when they get to the collector, they show a Celestial using one of the stones. When he's describing it, which is really cool. But Exitar the Exterminator is coming to the Marvel Universe, folks, and get ready.
Yeah, you just
I
gonna
guess
throw
my
that
whole
in there
thing
like I
is
know who that is. Anyway.
How are the Avengers supposed to fight a Celestial? That's what I don't understand. Like, it seems like we're starting to reach the stretches of weirdness in the MCU where you're now not going to be able to appeal to a larger base as much.
Yeah.
Is my concern.
Yeah, true. It is when you look at the scope, especially like when spoiler alert again, at the end of the movie, she turns him into stone or whatever.
Yeah.
The scope of that, you can see how massive that Celestial is compared to like.
And I understand where he's
Right.
where Gomez is coming from here because
It's
I
true.
agree. I'm like,
Yeah.
where can you go from that? Because look at the size, like the scale is insane.
Well, scale, and I feel like we just keep making these more powerful things where it's
Mhm.
like, at what point?
Well, you have to shrink Galactus when you bring him in.
That was my question to you last night. Is like, isn't Galactus gigantic? How's there?
And he's the problem with Galactus
Because he's
in the
not a
comics.
Celestial
No, but the problem with Galactus in the comics is he's been drawn so many different
sizes.
I feel
Yeah,
like I always I've seen a couple where he's small, but then
Mhm.
most of the ones I see he's like bigger than planets and stuff like
I've
that.
seen that too. Like I've seen like in the original Fantastic Four arc that he was introduced in, he was basically big enough to tower over like New York City, but not the planet Earth. I've seen drawings and I've seen depictions of him where he's bigger than the Earth, and it's like that makes no sense. I prefer to think of him as about 100 feet tall or so.
Yeah, I would picture him as just a really big kaiju.
He's a really big, basically, yeah.
And I think they could definitely, because I agree that Celestials are too big. They're just like scale wise, they're too big. Because as a viewer, you're like, how? And it's not about believability because you throw that out the window with the fucking MCU because we got aliens coming through portals and magic and all this shit. But what I'm saying is like, as a viewer, how can I believably think that they could take down something to that scale? Because you'd have to take all of Earth's people to defeat that thing, not just super people, everybody.
Yeah. I totally sense that. I totally get that criticism, and I agree with it to a degree. I like the Celestials, I think, more than anything in the comics because of the mystery, because of the what the fuck are they? Why are they here? There have been 4 hosts that have come to the Earth.
Yeah.
They're called hosts, and what they do and why they're there, nobody the fuck knows. Also, Crow, who is the deviant leader who gets killed in the end.
Yeah, because they really made me know who the fuck that was.
The
in this
deviants
movie.
are basically like really bad, like humanoids. They're not really. I mean, some of them are kind of monstrous, but they're still around in the comic books. They're kind of always around. The Eternals and the Deviants are always around.
Yeah.
They don't eliminate. At one point, a host of Celestials comes to the Earth. And the Eternals are basically on their last legs. They're getting beat by the Deviants, and the Celestials basically fuck the Deviants up so that the Eternals can regain power over the Earth or whatever.
One of my big complaints of the movie is like if the Deviants, like that one Deviant that starts like absorb all their powers.
That's
like,
Crow.
Yeah, right. Like one, they never gave him a name. If he has a name in the comic,
Right, exactly.
and
See,
then-
I know that from the comics. They should have, yeah.
But
Yeah.
also, I felt like
I didn't pick up on that.
I also feel like the Deviants were kind of worthless in this movie. Like it didn't really. That was one of the things. Like it didn't add to the story. It was like sure it was a subplot, but like
Yeah.
it didn't progress the storyline.
It was like just to have a villain, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree.
Which they didn't need to do that. They did enough setting it up as I can't remember the name of the Celestial.
Erisham.
Yeah.
Erisham is the villain.
He's the judge.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like they made him to be the villain,
Well, every Celestial is something.
and
Right.
and then at this point you've already flipped Icarus, so Icarus is already the twist, right? So he's already the bad guy. You didn't need Crow in that sequence.
The Deviants could have been.
You could have
like,
kept him alive.
Like the Deviants and Crow could have been a really cool villain, and we could have just had a movie about that and like sprinkled in the
Yeah.
Celestials.
when they go to the
And
camp.
how hard was it for multiple Eternals to take Crow down earlier, and then for some reason she
Athena can just do it.
just does it in one fell swoop?
well, yeah.
Are if they're trying to tell me that she's the most powerful
You have to
Eternal?
be consistent in your logic.
Understood.
Yeah, be consistent in your logic.
And she did have that thing with her eyes. So what was that called anyway? The
Mad Weary.
mad weird. Yeah.
Mad weary.
So-
yeah.
Maybe that was it because
Dude,
she
they should
gets more powerful.
They
I don't
should
know.
have cut that fucking shit out of the movie.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Right.
or shrunk it.
Or change the name. Mad weary.
I think my whole thing was, did she like regain who she was because he like drained some energy out of her? That was my assumption.
Yeah.
Because earlier
You
in the
kind
movie,
of have to make a lot of assumptions.
because earlier in the
this
movie they said Mad Worry was caused by the weight of her own memories,
Mhm.
and then those deviants were sucking out memories out of the Eternals.
I
and,
think
like,
that's
energy
what-
out of the Eternals.
that's
That
what
was
I
my
was-
only assumption.
So
that's what I would
Because
have
then
said.
she's like, I remember. And
You know what's funny is when we started this discussion, you were talking about there was that after the scene of Babylon, you're like, you were where was the part where you got on board with the movie? Because
Pretty much when they started,
when they revealed the origin,
when Icarus comes around again and they start looking for everybody,
Yeah.
like because then it's more in the present day.
yeah,
I understand that they kind of had to have that stuff in the beginning, but after Icarus shows up, when they do flashbacks, it's in a much more organic and necessary way. For instance, the Phastos flashback.
yeah, it was really good.
That shows who he is before they introduce him in the present day. I get that. But most of the first 20 minutes I thought was like, the Eternals are fucking cool. How cool, you ask? Well, check this fucking shit out. And it was like, enough, you know?
Yeah,
So that's why I was just like, okay, they're fucking cool, great. And by the way, Sprite, she's probably a great actress, but when she was doing like the foreign language and the big presentation, it was like, this is fake and boring
Yeah.
and you're not good at it.
I thought that was like an important thing. It's like if you think about cultural context,
Yes.
like that's how like stories and things were told.
yeah.
but,
I
That's,
just
like,
thought
that's
it
how they
wasn't-
started.
I
Myths.
just thought it
Right.
wasn't really well done is what I'm saying. Like
yeah, like Fistos was great.
Phastos. Yeah.
Or why did I say Fisto?
Now
Fasto.
the thing about it is Sprite is gender switched in the movie, okay?
It's a
but-
boy in the books.
It's a boy in the books, but he still has the same kind of problems in that he is always a boy. Now, when the Eternals die in the comic books, they're instantly resurrected in some place in the earth. I can't remember. They have like a place. It might be called the Domo. I don't know. But they're instantly resurrected. Okay. So there's that. None of these Eternals might be dead that are dead in the movie. So just to know that.
well, I mean, they kind of showed in the movie too that like there was tons of robots of themselves.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah,
like,
and they showed. I'm not sure how they're going to. In the comics, it's really different because the Eternals. Yeah, it's going to be really different in the MCU. Getting into the comics is
Well, yeah,
but
but
Star
that's-
Fox
that's-
is.
That's a good lead into this
Yeah,
because
we gotta go.
that is.
We haven't even talked about the cutscenes. My bad.
Well, it's gonna matter more to you than us because I didn't know anything about that shit.
Mm.
But what I was saying, that's what got me on board with this movie, to liking it a little bit more.
Such a nerd.
Was when they revealed the synthetic origins of the Eternals, and that's kind of where the movie flips on me, and I'm like, okay, this is a much more interesting plot than them just fighting the deviants. And then at that point, I think the part at the camp where we get to meet Crow when he evolves into Crow, he should not have been back in the movie. You should have left him on Earth, and that could have been something.
Living to fight another day.
Yes.
who?
Thank
So
you.
then if you
That's
make-
exactly when when she
he
just
kills
kills
him,
him.
I
It
thought
was
that
like,
was
fucking,
stupid.
That's stupid. Why even eliminate that entire subplot then, or
Well,
kill him
Yeah,
off?
once he leaves
or
the base,
kill
he's
him
gone.
off the first time they meet him.
Once he leaves the base, he's gone, and in the second one, he's building more highly evolved deviants.
Right.
There you go. There you
You're
go.
fucking welcome, Feige.
But no, we had to shoehorn that shit in. And to me, I just don't think Marvel cares that much about Eternals. I really don't. Because I don't think there was a ton of marketing behind this. And maybe that's just me.
Now it did get pushed back. Like how long again?
Yeah.
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 But everybody, and that's the thing. It's middle child syndrome. Because,
Well, I don't think we've really made a clear path to who the next set of Avengers are.
no.
Is nobody's grabbed the audience quite like the original cast did. Like Spider-Man kind of did, but they already lost Spider-Man. Like,
Yeah, this is probably going to be the last
Right. And
Disney Spider-Man.
Ultron is not Ultron. Jesus, Vision is toast. Like you've
White
lost.
Vision's still out there.
He'll come
Well,
back. And,
I mean
yeah.
that's true, but like I feel like it'd be like poor form for them to be like, just kidding. Hello. I mean, like Doctor
Well,
Strange.
they do that in the comics all the time.
I know.
Yeah,
the
that's-
comics,
that's-
you can do whatever you want in the comics.
Well, it's also the
I feel like you
multiverse.
can't do that in the movies.
They do need to keep it. Yeah. Once
They-
somebody's dead, they should stay dead.
But they've also introduced the multiverse,
Which I think
so
is
which would
a good
explain.
and bad idea.
I know why they did it. They made
it's a writing crutch.
well. Here's the problem.
Something's not working. Multiverse.
That's what sucks about, and that's what you and I have talked about. Where I've gotten a little bit more cautious about
Chris
this
Evans too old to play Captain America. Multiverse.
because of that.
I mean, now it's Anthony Mackie, but I'm saying sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Forget it. You totally derailed
I'm
it.
sorry.
You derailed it.
I'm sorry. I want to
You
hear.
do
what
this to
you're
me
saying.
all the
I
time.
know, and I'm sorry. Please tell me.
This is a toxic relationship.
Tell
I don't know
me.
why we're
It's very
podcasting.
unhealthy.
No, I did lose my train of thought.
God
so-
damn it.
Why did you keep having to make a joke? No, what I'm trying to say is that it's also an in-universe way to explain when they just yeet Terrence Howard out of a movie, They'll be like, this is a different timeline where this actor doesn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the multiverse. I have to be careful. I'm cool with like the multiverse
Well, and
Spider-Man story. Like, I feel like you get one, and then like we need to cool it because
Tell that to Loki.
Right.
okay, but that was a TV show. It wasn't like, yes, it's Marvel canon, but TV shows are different on Disney Plus. But if you're looking like a cinematic movie thing, like, you're gonna start getting into the weird shit that nobody's gonna follow. It's gonna be too difficult for the people that don't read comic books.
True.
And
That's going to be
that's
Doctor
what's-
Strange is literally the multiverse of madness.
Yeah.
So it's leading into Jake and I have talked about this numerous times.
Yes.
Actually,
Because I'm worried about the average
he's
viewer.
also worried about it.
So I'll watch it. I'll watch all this
I'm
shit.
not because I'm a nerd and I get all of it.
Well, I'm going to watch all of it anyway, and I know
Yeah,
what it
me
is.
too.
For me, when I
But
was,
for you don't really read
when
comics.
I was watching the Eternals, I was like, oh, it's a good movie. I enjoy this, but I don't really get what we're doing with it. And like one of the biggest things that like again could have been an email or just like cutscene to me.
I love that.
Was,
Could have been an email, man.
Hey, we're the Eternals. We're here.
was the whole like Black Knight thing. I was like, he was kind of a useless character. I didn't need their like his.
You should have just
I don't need his and Cersei's relationship. But like, yeah, which what I looked up later, their relationship matters.
Right. Yeah. That's why
So, like, I get
I was
it.
cool with the Black Knight because it was like, again, I'm a comic book nerd though. So.
But like, I felt like it wasted like added 30 minutes of film time to the movie of like.
Yeah.
Stuff that didn't really contribute this time around. Like, yeah, I get that they're setting stuff up.
when it comes to somebody who's not really into the comics and more of a moviegoer, like the average moviegoer is not going to sit through all of this shit. At some point they're gonna be like, okay, I'm tired of these movies.
Like, I knew he was Black Knight going into
Yeah.
it, but like I really don't care right now. Like,
Right.
give me a cutscene of him.
Like I do because I'm a nerd and I
And-
know where it's going. But
and the MCU has also
Yeah.
proven that you don't need to. I think it works perfectly fine at making changes and being an adaptation.
Yeah.
Like I didn't mind the fact that Civil War wasn't really like the comic books, and I didn't mind that Ego is Star-Lord's dad in the MCU, and in the comics it's Jason of Spartacus. Like I don't have those issues. So if there was a way to, like
I
you said,
do and I
speed up
don't.
this process, like. It's just this movie was too long. This movie was way too long in a sense of
fair criticism.
not even but I'm not even talking about time. I'm not talking about length. I'm talking about it felt like 2.5 hours. Whereas if I go and see Spider-Man, that's probably going to be almost 3 hours. I'm going to be like, holy fuck, that was amazing. How did this go by so quickly? Like, what's going to, you know what I mean? Like every time I watch an Avengers movie, I'm never complaining about the time.
I just don't know what we gain from this. That was my big question. Is like, as somebody who enjoys the Marvels, I
Yes.
wonder where we're going. And not understanding the lore. Like, yes, I know like the little sprinkles
also a
and
fair
stuff,
criticism.
but like I don't know where we're going with this. And I don't know what we gained in the Marvel universe other than like introducing.
See, I'm
these
just
characters.
my thing is like I walk out of that movie and I'm just geeking out because I'm like, like I mean that's just the way it is. I'm just that way. I learned how to read from comic books. My
Right.
brother
But
has
you
been
also
making
have an
comic books.
attachment to him.
I do.
I don't have an
And it's-
attachment to the
and
Eternals.
it's totally fair. Like I said, I'm not. There's a lot of probably MCU watchers like me who are grew up in comics. Let me ask you this, Gomez. Did you see Daredevil and Green Lantern?
Like the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you? Now they're both objectively they're both terrible movies.
Sure.
Yes. Did you like them or like were you just like I'm never gonna watch? I can't believe I wasted my time.
I liked Green Lantern.
Okay.
But I also think I just enjoy Ryan Reynolds, and that just seemed like a Ryan Reynolds just kind of fucking around.
Right. Cool.
Which
yeah.
I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Do you know Taika Waititi's in that movie?
Yeah.
I totally forgot about
Yeah.
that.
That's where he bought the shake weight. Oh, we'll get into that in a second.
That's funny. As for Daredevil, I was like, all right, cool. Like
Yeah.
I watched it. Neat. I'd have maybe seen it twice.
See, the thing is, like, the way I try to compare, like, is that those are objectively really bad movies,
Yeah.
but I liked them because they were comic book guys on the silver screen, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So even though, like, I totally everything that you're saying about the Eternals, I agree with in terms of, like again, Jake and I have talked about this many times, and in objectively, yes, this is going to be bad for the average viewer. For the person who's just watching the movies and has Disney Plus.
But that's who they have to
You know
appeal
what?
to.
You know what?
Right.
You know what it reminds me of?
they don't need to appeal to me.
You're gonna go.
You know what?
regardless.
You know what?
So I agree with the criticism, even though I'm like, I don't care because I love it.
This is the
I
most.
love how it's going. You know,
This is the most DCEU MCU movie I've ever seen.
Oh,
that's
don't
a
say
good
that.
one.
Is it
no,
no, here's what I mean by
It kind
that.
of fits though.
The DCEU doesn't really do a lot of hand holding. They expect you to know the lore going in, expect
But
you
I
when
think
it's
that's why DC struggles.
Yeah.
it does for a lot of people.
DC
And that's what I mean.
Awesome characters
That's-
and awesome writers and good actors, and they cannot produce a good string of movies.
That's why this movie is so dividing, because there's some people like Tyler that enjoyed it, and I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it.
Right, same.
It's just I
Yeah.
think I would have enjoyed it like you did if I had a personal attachment to the Eternals. So you saw how excited I was and how I enjoyed Venom, and both those Venom movies are shitty movies. Like, they're not great movies.
No, I
I
mean,
don't think
I-
I don't think Venom is a good like example of that where like it's just a standalone, but it's like it's fun to watch. It's sort of like the Transformers movie. It's like a Michael Bay superhero.
Let There
movie.
Be Carnage though was fucking perfect.
It's the most insane. One of
It
the most
it hits
insane-
all the right beats, dude.
Does
It knows what it is.
But
And
and that's the thing too.
you can check out our review of Let There Be Carnage on our podcast.
Yeah, episode 14.
Gotta get the plug in.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is I don't want to sound completely negative on this movie, because I didn't
I liked it.
hate this movie.
I feel like
It's not a bad movie.
honestly, I think we all three collectively give it like a 2.5 out of 5 stars.
I would say like for me, I'd give it like a 3.5 because I enjoyed
Okay.
the movie. I thought it was fun.
Yeah,
I just think that
it's not super great, but it's not bad.
it was a good movie. I think it's getting a little bit of a little too harsh of critics, like from actual critics. It's like I enjoyed the movie; it was fun. I don't feel like I wasted my money,
Yeah, no.
but I don't really understand what the MCU gained from it.
I
That's
want
my
I
big
want to
complaint.
I want to say, because this is why I'm having struggling. I can't even form a proper sentence, as you can tell. Here's why I'm struggling talking about this movie, is because when I was thinking of something positive, as you were talking, because I was like, okay, that's a good point. I want to go off that. As I'm thinking of that, then I thought of another negative thought about this movie, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
That's kind of how this movie is.
Because
It's
I
like
loved
all the
I loved
positives.
how it was shot, like you talked about earlier. I loved the fighting scenes with the deviants, but there were parts when I watched it when I was like, well, that's clearly a CGI Icarus just being ping-ponged around. And it's just like,
yeah, me
and that's
too.
not the movie's fault. It's
Yeah.
not the movie's fault. It's just modern Hollywood movies is the it's studio movies. That's the problem. It's not the movie's fault.
Yeah.
Because I imagine if they could have done it a little bit more practical, they could have. I think my dog heard a doorbell on the TV.
I think that was your actual doorbell. Go home.
I don't
All
want to
right,
go
well,
home.
as you could hear my dog faintly barking in the background, we had another pause in the recording, but we're back.
Hey, pause. I get it because your dog's barking. Pause.
Ah,
See what you did there.
I hate you.
That's cool.
So what I was saying was where I was like, yes, there's things that I like, but then things that I don't. It's when I think of one good thing, another bad thing pops up. And onto your point of what you were saying as well, I agree. There is an issue of what was the purpose of this movie? Because at this, it's a TV show at this point. These aren't movies; they're TV shows.
Yeah.
And it's, I just watched the Captain America season, and now I'm going to go watch the Iron Man season. It's like, these are, the way that these movies are designed, it's a long, ongoing series. And this just seems like, well, this was a weird season. And it's not to say that, and again, I know I'm sounding so negative, I don't dislike this movie. There are good, I think the performances are great. I think that,
Yeah, they had a stellar cast.
well, I do feel like
yeah.
sometimes the dialogue did get a little too self-serious. I still enjoyed when they did add some humor. I did enjoy that.
I like that they kept. Gosh, I can't think of his name right now. Guy that was a comedian. King.
Camille
Kingo.
Nanjiani.
I like that they kept him funny because he is a funny actor.
Yeah.
He's just a goofy dude.
Yeah.
I also like that they just like gave him finger guns. I thought that was kind of
Yeah,
weird.
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, his valet was actually, I know he was kind of set up for like comic relief or whatever, but by the end of the movie, he's kind of the heart of the movie.
I'm pretty sure he made Ashley cry.
When he said that at the end,
Yeah.
that
when
was
he
really
said goodbye, thank you for all that you've done for humanity.
that was really heartfelt.
Yeah.
And honestly, like sometimes you get moments in a movie like this where you're like, well, fuck you, you know.
Well, that's what I mean. Is I think with all of the negative things, I would never take away that I don't think it wasn't well acted. I think a lot of the performances are pretty good.
Yeah, it was well shot. I mean, it was pretty. It was cinematic. And
it's just there's just a lot of just story things.
It's kind of more nitpicky than anything,
Yeah.
really. You
I
know.
think- Yeah.
Mm.
I know we're jumping to the cutscene, but something that bothers me is Blade. I don't think that they should really add him to the MCU. I know that's probably a controversial opinion.
No, I don't think Moon Knight should be on Disney Plus. I'm with you on. I think those need to be more mature titles.
Yeah, I mean, like Blade, the movies with Wesley Snipes were pretty good for their time.
Oh,
Like,
they're great movies.
Yeah.
I fucking love the Blade.
They were
movies.
fun. They knew exactly what they were. They didn't get too serious.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's like what I said earlier with Deadpool. Like, you can tone Deadpool down fairly easily to be PG-13 if you want to throw him into like an Avengers or whatever, and
Well-
him still be funny and mouthy. But he needs to have R-rated films.
Yeah.
But same with Blade. Like, I don't know if you could really tone down Blade.
You
like
could.
you could, but
they
like
did in the original Blade movies.
I just
because when he
don't-
stabbed the vampires, they turn into dust.
I know.
You just have to cut down the swearing.
I just feel like I don't picture like fucking Steve Rogers and
the
Blade being besties in the like.
Well, they make it work in the comics.
Yeah.
But you can do anything in the comics.
That is true. Yeah, and I'm with you because you and I were talking about this after we saw it. Was I feel like they wasted Kit Harington and they should have just saved him for the end. Like,
Yeah,
he could have had a FaceTime call with her and just had like a few scenes with her,
Yeah.
and then that could have been a bigger tease of having him and Blade at the end. Like, holy fuck!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, it's like we didn't need the scene with the ring that she found a ring of his family crest, and
yeah.
like, it could have just been the thing. All they needed was the scene where he's a teacher, because like isn't that his like backstory? Like Dane or whatever the hell his name is, Dane Whitman.
Yep.
Is like an actual science teacher or something. Like they
The
could have done
history.
that, and then like maybe a FaceTime call, and then the cutscene could have been him saying, "Well, my family history is complicated,"
No,
and then cut.
but
to
they
black.
had to shoehorn in the "I'm her ex" scene.
Yeah,
But
which I did think that was kind of funny.
but you lent.
But it makes sense because now he finally figures out who it was. And
Yeah, I thought that was kinda funny,
Yeah,
You kind of have to. You kind of have to.
the pilot.
For Icarus and Cersei's relationship to work, you kind of have to have that.
You think so?
Yeah.
I kind of think. I agree that yes, you could have probably cut it down to the way you were talking about, and it still would have been fine. But I think some of the scenes where he's kind of making jokes about about Icarus being her ex, I think are necessary because
guess.
it's like I don't know. But again, there's again
just
I'm thinking of when the Black Knight in the comics got cursed by his sword to the point where he became a living sword, and Thor used him to kill Set, the god of death.
Nice.
It was fucking cool. He just took him and launched him right through his fucking head because he's like, "I'm dead, dude," and he's like, "No!"
But also, I think that.
Cool as fuck.
So also, I think but I also think
Sorry.
the cutscene that they used for that is. I didn't know that his sword is cursed, and like if he kills somebody with it, like so that cutscene, like when he said, "Are you sure you're ready for that?" didn't have the impact that it did on you.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until I looked it up on the way home.
Mhm.
That's why that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, that seemed
See what I'm saying?
that seemed way.
But-
easier.
DCEU
But
does this.
wait a second now. Wait a second. You didn't know anything about it, and what did you do on the way home?
You
I looked it up,
There you go.
but at the same time,
I
like,
think that to me is an effective way of introducing those
Yeah.
two characters because now you know more than you did because of that scene.
But the
if
cutscene
that makes sense.
didn't really have an effect on me, like other than oh man, that's Wesley or not Wesley Snipes,
Right.
but like that's Mahershala Ali, and obviously he's Black Knight. But I was like, you could have given me something different, I guess.
I think that's also.
because that was like I think that was actually a very important line
yeah.
for you. Though.
I think
Yeah.
that's also a problem with press, pre-press rumors like this, or
Yeah.
pre-release rumors, I should say.
yeah.
That comes from a lot of these websites where it's like, well, Kit Harington is rumored to be Black Knight.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Yeah, and even in that
All of those
situation,
internet people can stop.
In
I
the-
just want to hear who's in it and
Yeah.
when it's coming out.
so I know that's
I enjoy some of those. Like I really like watching some
Me
of those.
too. I'm
guys,
a sport. I am, but I also kind of at some point you're like,
'cause I
listen,
need the backstory a little bit before I
Right.
go to the movie, so I understand it.
yeah.
sure.
And it does work both ways. Like I said, I'm a different animal because I'm got this personal connection to these things. So it has more of a weight, like you said, on me. I actually had to leave before the second one because I had to pee. But I looked
So,
it up on
yeah,
the way
what is
when I got
the
home.
what is the significance of Star Fox?
So there's
Not the Nintendo.
I actually
not
ha-
the Nintendo game.
I actually have a graphic novel at home, and I'll let you borrow it. It's a She-Hulk comic book arc where Star Fox is on trial for sexual assault. Now, in the comics, he has the power to make anybody love him. Okay?
Okay.
Which is extremely problematic. He's not a good character. Like, having that, it's bad. In fact, while he's on trial and She-Hulk is defending him and she's, doing the examination, whatever, she realizes that they fucked one time and that it was probably because he influenced her rather than she wanted to.
What's
and it's a very thin line.
That's a bold move for Disney in the current climate.
She beats the shit out of him in the courtroom. I'll let you borrow it. It's a fucking fascinating thing. Which is why I'm like, why are you bringing Star
Well, they
Fox?
already...
If they get rid of that part of it, because he does fly, he does have like super strength and stuff. You don't.
Well, he's Thanos' brother.
You don't have to have
The creepy
Eros.
part.
Yes, you don't have to.
They already kind of handled that too with Kilgrave in the Jessica Jones show.
That was actually really, the way they did that was amazing because it, Ugh.
So who is this character?
He is an Eternal from Titan, which is one of Saturn's moons. His dad is whatever. You heard it when Thanos went to get the Soul Stone, and they said son of whatever Eldron or whatever his fucking name is. But he's like the leader of the Eternals on Titan. Star Fox and Thanos are half brothers. It's revealed later in the comic books that Thanos'
Half celestial
mother. No, Thanos' mother was a Skrull in disguise.
That's why he looks like a Skrull.
His dad knew this, but he insisted that she, whatever, in polite society, and that's why Thanos was shunned when he was born, because he looked different. And so basically that's where he gets all his anger from, is from the moment he knew anything. Everybody that was supposed to love him was afraid of him or didn't like him.
He
or
still
thought he was
committed genocide. I'm
Sure.
not defending him.
No, I'm not either. But I'm interested to see, because they said they're looking for more Eternals, which I'm interested to see, because Pip the Troll is, by the way, one of the coolest fucking characters ever, and thank God Patton Oswalt is voicing him. Pip the Troll is cool as shit. He's one of
I don't know. That scene didn't do him any favors.
The CGI was terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were trying to do, but hopefully they fix it. Anyway, I'm interested to see if they try to say that there's an Eternal encampment on Titan. If so, if they've been there all this time, like how they're going to do all that, I don't know. But clearly, Eros or Star Fox in the MCU is from another group of Eternals, and he found those guys because the people that got taken by Arishem at the end of the movie are in trouble.
Right.
And he knows about it because
their
he's in
memories are
Eternals.
going to decide if they're whatever. He'll judge
He'll
them based on
So there's
Make
another
judgment.
group of Eternals out there somewhere. In the comics, there's fucking tons of them, dude. There's shitloads of them. So, the 10 main ones were the ones that they show a lot more in the comics, but there are shitloads of them. So I guess there's another group of Eternals, and at some point they're all going to... But did you notice the music that was playing after that cutscene?
I guess.
Feels like the first time.
Yeah.
It was very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to tie into the Guardians of the Galaxy
Sure, I
Volume
assume.
3 somehow.
That's fair.
Well, Adam
So-
Warlock's involved.
I think
and
my other question.
So
on that
I'm
whole
not sure
movie-
how that is, but that's interesting to know that that's going to be tied in somehow.
My whole thing that happens, or my whole question during this was sure. So like, Kit Harington kind of brought it up. It's like, well, where were you guys during Thanos? Like that, I get how they weren't involved. Fine, whatever with the Avengers. But now that there's like a true Earth level event for the Avengers, is that giant fucking hand and head gonna be in Marvel movies now? Like, is that gonna be in the Avengers movie?
and why
Like,
weren't the Avengers called when a Celestial was being
Because
brought?
it was too fast. I mean, that
That's
happened in
fair.
the span of like 20 minutes.
Oh,
I
that's
agree
true,
with
yeah.
that.
I
Like,
would say.
I agree with you there. Like,
Yeah.
I can see how the Avengers weren't there, but now is that continuity? Like, are we gonna hear a comment in the other Avengers movie about, hey, this shit just went down, and are they gonna show clips of
I
like the
assume
giant
so.
celestial? Like,
Yeah, I assume so, and that's what I was actually kind of thinking the same thing. Like when they show, if they show a big shot of the Earth, that thing is massive enough. We should be able to see a little tiny thing up there at the top.
yeah. I feel like it'd be.
Are
Like,
they going to do that every time?
I
Like,
feel like
yeah.
that'd be poor form to like not have the continuity of that.
I think they will. I think they will moving forward. They'll figure out like either some way to get rid of it, or they'll keep the continuity. They've been pretty good about continuity in the MCU, so I
Yeah.
think so. But I thought the same thing. Like when they had the news thing at the end, they're like, the sudden appearance of a giant star is like. So are we just gonna see
Not
that
gonna
all the
call.
time?
We're not gonna call the Avengers about this.
Yeah,
or?
we're just
Not even like
Just
I
gonna be
thought-
up there.
and maybe I missed it, but they couldn't even like had like Avengers question mark as like a newsline tagline at the bottom, like a banner or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like
And here's the other thing too. As far as science goes, even that little bit throws our entire planet out of the orbit, out of its orbit. I mean, we're fucked.
all
Like,
sorts of
that
like,
changes everything
Oh, yeah.
about our cycle
Oh yeah,
because it's changing our magnetic field.
yeah, right. Like, I get it.
So now I
MCU,
will only
You're not in the
accept-
real world, but man,
I will-
sometimes you stretch my disbelief just a bit.
I will only accept that this MCU is working in reverse now because
Sure.
of the Celestials showing up. So that's
In
the only way I'll
reverse?
accept it.
Are
That's
we
the
like
only-
Benjamin buttoning the MCU here?
I'm just saying.
actually saw that
We've
finally.
gotten
That
to
was pretty good.
Celestials, so that means that. And I feel like they were setting up the Celestial stuff because of Thor. So in terms of how we think this works in the grander scheme, I think it is a way.
Thor's gonna die fighting a Celestial. Fuck yeah, dude.
I wasn't gonna say that,
Fuck
but
yeah.
I'm
Man.
saying we're introducing Celestials now because they're going to be introduced in Love and Thunder because you can't have Gore the God Butcher and not talk about Celestials.
right.
I don't think they're going to do Null.
And don't forget, they did
because Null is a
introduce.
Sony property.
They introduced Sony, or
But they can flirt with it.
they introduced Thanos at the end of the first, Avengers movie, right?
It took
Don't-
us like 5 films of like random
It
hints.
took
of
us
Thanos.
2 phases to finally get to him. So, we are still kind of in the beginning of Phase 4. So it's natural to think that the Celestials might be set up for something
I think
in
Galactus.
Phase 6.
I think
or
Galactus.
Phase
I think
5.
it's also a way to bring in Galactus.
I also
Yes.
think Kang is the next one. Kang is a much more believable villain than
Yes.
Celestial.
well, the
At
He
least
Who
from
Remains.
what I know of it, Kang
Mm.
seems like a much more realistic villain for the Avengers than the Celestials do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Galactus is.
But when you think about the power level of Kang also, though, I mean, he's kind of ridiculous, too. I'm surprised he hasn't. Kang and Ultron, to me, in the comics, are like really dumb villains because they're so powerful, there's no way that anybody should beat them ever. And
Yeah.
yet they are defeated, and then they go away
Yeah.
for a while, and then they just come back when they want. It's like, what?
I think, but I think that was kind of the design of this is
Mm.
to set up the Celestial stuff and
Because in the comics, Galactus and the Celestials have a very contentious relationship.
yeah,
They don't like each other. Like,
nobody really likes the Celestials.
no, but I mean, some people put up with them. Like Galactus, they inherently. Here's the other thing: is Celestials really don't have any enemies, but they hate Galactus. They don't like him,
Mhm.
and feelings mutual.
I'm just saying.
They feel like he is he is basically fucking up their whole plan of.
I think the idea of Galactus
intelligent life.
excites me more than Kang. I think, but I do think
if they do it right, man.
I don't know,
Galactus is
John-
I
so
do think I
fucking
think
cool.
Jonathan
Jonathan
Majors is a
Majors
good
was
actor.
awesome.
I like
Yeah.
him. I liked him in Lovecraft Country. I think he'll do a great job. We'll see.
Speaking
We'll
of
see.
that, did you
Let's-
guys see?
Let's wrap this up.
We will, but real quick, did you guys see the new Quantum Mania logo?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's we'll look it up after the show, but it's all like circles.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to throw
Strange.
us off.
I was like, is it like appealing to the Eternals though?
No, maybe. I mean,
Because everything
I
that
don't know.
their all designs.
It's
were,
just really dumb looking. We'll show
I
it
don't
up
know.
to the thing, but I think Marvel might be gonna be walking that back sooner than later. Maybe. Anyway,
Yeah.
just wanted to throw that out because we're talking about AMCU.
AMC.
AMCU.
So the next one.
AMC me. AMC us.
So after Spider-Man, the next MCU movie isn't until March.
Did
Oh.
Shang-Chi
Or no,
drop any-
May. I mean,
I haven't seen Shang-Chi yet.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
sorry.
No worries.
Came
Did,
out-
did that drop any hints about the Eternals or anything to like tie
No.
into
Not
any
really.
Easter eggs?
It
end
did.
credit
It did
scenes?
tie into the MCU because they had the end credits with
Wang.
Wong, Wong, Captain Marvel, and Bruce Banner are all talking to him about his rings.
Okay.
And that was the only one, wasn't it?
Also, you should watch
Yeah.
the short on Disney Plus of the Mandarin, the guy that.
Oh, I saw that.
That,
Back
was,
when
I
it
thought that was
was-
really funny.
it came out on a DVD. I can't remember which one. Maybe
it was
Iron Man 3. But for a while, it wasn't even like recognized. It was just like
I like, but I
about?
just like that there's a whole chunk of the movie of them apologizing for that. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
basically, he shows back up in Shang-Chi basically so that the MCU can go like,
Cool. They can apologize.
our bad.
I don't know. All in all, the Eternals is good. I liked it.
I think Shang-Chi is better than the Eternals.
Yes.
I like Shang-Chi more. Of those two. That being said, Eternals has its moments. I enjoy it. I like it when they do cosmic space shit, even though
Me
it
too.
is a blind spot for me. I like that they understand that we have to go to other places because we can't constantly be destroying Earth because it's boring. And this movie kind of ran into that issue with the Celestial, but then it kind of brought it back. I still like it because it's still, at its core, a cosmic story because they're talking to Celestials. We got Star Fox coming in. Like, I'm still excited about what they're gonna do with the Eternals.
I think they also kind of I don't love that Icarus just flew to the sun. I thought that was
pretty on the nose.
I was like, do we need this?
No, he is Icarus.
Well, he's
I got
probably going to
that.
be back, like I said.
Right. Well, everybody knows that Icarus flew too close to the sun, kind of thing.
Well, and they even said earlier, I couldn't wait to clip your wings, is what
Fastos.
Fastos said. I was like, okay, we get it. His name is Icarus.
I was like, that's another thing. I was like, I don't think we needed that.
I don't think that's the movie's fault. I think that's Disney being like, hey, make sure that they know that Icarus is the
Icarus.
flew into the sun. Like, make sure they know that. Like, put that in the notes, please. You need to put that in the notes.
They came out.
That just seems like a studio decision.
They could have left it with the clip your wings because that fit to his character.
Nope, gotta fly into the sun.
Yeah,
Dude, that was cool though. I love that shot. It was dope.
Yeah. There's a really cool Eternals limited series that came out back in the early 2000s, and I thought that they should adapt that for this to make it a really interesting movie because it's present day. The Eternals have all forgotten who they are except for one of them, and he's trying to convince the rest of them that they're Eternals.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Icarus trying to convince them all. Meanwhile, the way that they handled it in the book would have been such a better movie.
That being said, I love Richard Madden as Icarus, and
I liked everybody. Yeah,
I stand by this. Yeah, the performances are great in this movie.
I would have liked to seen more Athena and Gilgamesh and.
Gilgamesh was the heart and soul of the movie.
Yeah.
I thought that they didn't do him justice.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I don't like that they killed him off, but he's known as the forgotten one in the comics.
Well, there you go.
Seems about right.
Thanks so much for listening to another episode of Off Panel, Off Topic. I did not expect to be talking about this movie as long as we did, but
How long are we talking?
about an hour.
That's it?
Yeah, because that's how much I fucking hated this movie. No, I'm kidding. No,
This fucking movie sucks. Save your money.
Here's the thing. This is not. It's an. How do I phrase it? This is like phase 1 Marvel for me, where it's not bad, but it just doesn't click with me as much.
I didn't
as the other
enjoy
stuff
Captain
does.
America when he first came
It's
out.
kind of like
and
a
he
Thor.
grew on me. Yeah, or
That's
the
what.
second
That's the
Thor,
vibe I
like-
got from it. Was like the first Thor.
That's the vibe I was getting in the first 20 minutes, and that's why I was kind of like, we've gone past this shit. Why are we doing this again? That's, I think, why I didn't click for the first 20 minutes.
But the performances, I think, really elevated it, and that's probably my biggest positive thing is the acting. Because when you hire good actors, they do a good job. Thanks so much. Let's get out of here because we're going to talk for another 10
Go
minutes.
away!
Get out. Thanks for listening, and the soundboard's not working right now. So hold on a second. Hold on a second. We have to end the show every time.
Is it Skeletor?
That's it.
There you go.
What?